It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the New York Knicks. Well, it was the Knicks in their last game with a loss to Milwaukee. That makes it 4 straight on the losing end. They don't want to overreact, but certainly a win tonight would go a long way towards soothing their nerves. And this evening, going head-to-head, two of the best rebounding teams in the league. Should be a serious bump and grind. Kenny, what makes these two clubs so great on the boards?
Fundamentals, Ernie. Fundamentals.
Okay.
You know, that's something that you can teach, but then there's something that you can't teach. Speed and size.
And you have to want it more than the next guy. And your instincts. You got to have be like a great rebounder. You got to have great anticipation, a la Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
Yeah, and with the game just about ready to begin, time to send it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting New York Knicks. At point, Jarrett Jack. At small forward, Courtney Lee. At the other guard position, Tim Hardaway Jr. At center, Dennis Cantor. At the other forward position, Kristaps Porzingis. The head coach of the visiting team is Jeff Hornacek. Let's meet your Chicago Bulls. Starting at point guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 2, Jeremy Grant. At the small forward position, at 6 foot 6 inches, number 7, Justin Holiday. At center, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 42, Robin Lopez. Starting at the other forward position, at 7 foot 0 inches, number 24. The other guard, standing 6 foot 5, number 8, Zach LaVine. The head coach of your home team. A starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the New York Knicks come into town in this one. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. The Bulls happy to return to Chicago after the road trip. It's a disappointing segment of the season for this team, no doubt about it, as the losing streak has continued, guys, to grow.
Yeah, and guys, it's difficult with the job that's ahead of them. Anytime a team gets into a funk like the one they're in, getting out of it is really difficult. They seem to be a little bit scattered to me here of late, and I like to see them just come up with a definite plan and stick to that script.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Knicks, Jarrett Jack is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Enes Kanter, and there's Porzingis, and it's Lee in at the 3. Now that we're into the year, some teams starting to show cracks, Brent, could use an infusion of talent. How hard is it to make an in-season trade that can really have an impact on your team?
I think it's more and more difficult, Kevin, with the rules and the way that the salary cap is set up for teams really that are contending for something big to go out and all of a sudden grab that one piece. It's very rare that a team can go out that's sitting on top of the standings and find that one specialist that's going to come in and make that team even better. So when that does happen, you have to really commend GMs that have done their homework and manipulated the salary cap so that there's space for that kind of player.
Complex, I agree.
He really takes off, just never looks back.
Yeah, by the time anyone even thinks of chasing him, he's gone.
Now here is Jack. The dish to Cantor. Feeds to Hardaway. New York moving the ball around. Lee gets the bucket.
Well, stretching the floor out is important, and right now, Courtney Lee able to do that.
On defense, the Knicks. This time they met in New York.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Lopez, no luck.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Now here's Cantor. He's coming off a 19-point game against Milwaukee. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis, good effort there, doing all he can to keep that possession alive for the team.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Levine, and Levine with the slam.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
Pictured it up high and down hard on the windmill flight. Now here is Jack. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. They get it back. Cantor. Good D by Lopez.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
And again, Zach LaVine. LaVine's got his second basket of the night.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
From distance, when he gets into a rhythm early, it makes this offense a lot more dynamic.
Well, great to get him involved, particularly at the start of the game. This is what keeps guys engaged.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise, always were competitive and in the hunt for a title, but this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
And he's good on the second. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Fred Hoiberg.
Well, Kevin, they haven't lost a game to this team in the season series, but you know he's still worried. He said, and I quote, "You can never take anyone for granted. Shot blocking inside gives us problems. I expect us to play hard and disciplined, but I expect the same from them as well." Kevin?
Thanks for the report, David. Guys, just how difficult is it to face a team with this kind of defense?
Kevin, it is tough. They've got some guys who can totally wreck your game plan with their activity on D.
I also wonder if this is going to give them a spark of their own on defense. You face a team with this kind of pressure, and it can get you fired up to prove that you're every bit as tough as your opponent. That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Here's Levine. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Now here is Jack. Outside, Porzingis. There's a screen by Cantor. Porzingis kicks to Cantor. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, this is the area where Cantor can really unleash his offensive arsenal. Difficult guy to defend inside.
Grant with the ball. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Shot by Jack. Wide open. And again, it's New York.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Bulls trail by 6. Now Holiday. 20 points for him last game against Sacramento. Lopez a screen. And Holiday, here we go, over Lee. And it falls over the rim and in. Holiday's got 7 points in the game.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for New York.
And you can see how big a role the three-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And the pass to Markkanen. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Markkanen absorbing the contact. He's really good at staying with his shot through that contact.
The Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
That free throw good from Markkanen. And one issue that has come up for the Knicks in their quest for success, Brent, is their lack of continuity.
Maybe one problem, Kevin, is that the New York Knicks organization feels just a bit too cliquey between ownership and then management, coaching staff, and that there just hasn't been the kind of connectivity that you need in order to make things grow organically. It's been very forced in New York City, and until they find that right combination, the struggles can continue.
And you could see he knew exactly where that long rebound was coming off, able to get there quickly and snatch it up.
Outside, Levine fires from deep. Unable to get that one. Now the Knicks take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And really, you'd like to just see more from that inside game offensively. In that one, it didn't happen.
And sometimes your poor shooting from the perimeter can dictate and should dictate that you go to the inside. Tonight they didn't do it.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
It's tipped. Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Lee kicks to Porzingis. Shoots over Markkanen. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And that's now 9 points for Porzingis. Grant outside. He dishes it to Markkanen. Buries it from three-point range. And the Bulls lead by 2.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And Brent, 14 years in the NBA, you spent about half your time on the defensive end. Of all the guys you were matched up against, who was surprisingly difficult to cover?
It's funny, Kevin, because a lot of coaches would tell you I did not spend half of my time on the defensive end.
Well, I know better. I know better.
Surprisingly difficult to stop, I would tell you, it would be Mitch Richmond. Many years in Sacramento playing for the Kings. He was known as the Rock, and I can tell you why. Running into him and his physicality as a two-guard was very, very difficult to stop. One of the game's greatest two-guards.
Sturdy, wasn't he? He was thick. He was hard to move is what I think about.
He was very thick and physical, which was something that I was certainly not. And they also ran a myriad of screens for him on every possession. The most potent offensive player they had was Mitch Richmond, and they would get him open every time. So a very difficult cover for him.
Here's Burke after Denzel Valentine's bucket. O'Quinn, the layup off target.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And it's Grant in the corner. They set the screen. Passes it to Portis. Zipser kicks to Valentine. The three-pointer, no good. New York trailing. Here's Burke. Foul on the play, basket count, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
One shot.
Here's Grant. 9-point game, his last outing. Kicks to Valentine. Back to Grant. Pass to Nwaba. Out to the right wing. Zipser, the pass to Nwaba. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Valentine. Hits it from three-point range. Valentine's got his second basket of the night. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now, here's O'Quinn. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. It's Beasley on the wing. Beasley sets a screen for McDermott. And that one comes up a bit short. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Kings.
Just didn't like the energy level in that one, and that offensive execution also was lacking.
Now they made a few shots, Reg, but just wildly inconsistent.
Beasley with the steal. Now here's Burke. 9-point game, his last outing. Beasley sets a screen for Burke. McDermott for three. That one falls, coming off Burke's feet. McDermott's got a couple of threes now in the first for New York. Now here's Valentine. Defense right on him. 1:44 left in the first quarter of the game. Clock at 6. From the arc.
Come on.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a look at this season's stingiest defensive teams. The Knicks, 4th.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
1:19 left to play in the first. Beasley the screen. Takes the 13-footer. Ntilikina can't hit. Now Chicago has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Count it. Zipser's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Yeah, lots of points early, and the game plans on both sides, at least offensively, working to perfection.
Pass to Burke. Beasley the screen. They set the pick. And here is Burke. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Over Grant. Burke can't get it to go. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Nwaba. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Grant, right side. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Beasley inside. And Burke has it in the corner. Shoots over Grant, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Burke's got 5 now. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Knicks lead by 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far? Chicago trailing here. Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. McDermott is out there with Beasley. Then there's Trey Burke. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Ntilikina in at the 2. Zipser. And that misses. That would have put him up. New York's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Dishes to Burke. He kicks to O'Quinn. Clock at 6. Beasley the screen. Here's McDermott. The rebound by Grant. The Bulls shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%.
Well, you knew that Doug McDermott was going to be a classic shooter when he came into the league with all those points he racked up at Creighton University. A great shooting motion, a high, quick release. And I'm just impressed with the range that he's able to fire from. Sometimes 4 or 5 feet from behind the line, no problem from Dougie McBuckets. Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. And Brent with McDermott, he does have great range. It's something that defenders have to respect and is opening up more for him.
And the idea for McDermott is you cannot be a one-trick pony in this league, Kevin. So getting more comfortable at times, maybe playing with the back to the basket, moving off of screens, maybe cutting around defenders. He's going to have to show some more versatility in his offensive game to stick around.
Grant dishes to Valentine. They set the screen. Goes up off the pick, and the dunk by Grant.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
And that's what we're seeing more and more. Point guards who can finish as well as they make the play.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. In the corner, Valentine with it. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Beasley. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Inside, and there's the pass to Nwaba. Grant outside. Zipser kicks to Nwaba. He feeds it to Valentine. Over Beasley. It's rebounded by New York.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Here's Ntilikina. Drops it in from 14 feet away. And the Knicks lead by 2.
You got to honor Ntilikina from mid-range. He is a quick decision maker who will cash in if you give him space.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Brent, when you played, you were able to score in a variety of ways. Which do you think you were better at, shooting off the catch or off the dribble?
There's no doubt that shooting off the catch, Kevin, was much easier for me. I love the fact that I could get my feet set, start to anticipate when the ball was coming, who the ball was coming.
Ooh. Okay. That's how you attack. Wow. And I don't know if there's anybody who can match Levine when it comes to the art of the dunk. He is a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Here's Lee. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I love how Lee is rising up quickly in the paint, using his speed to get the shot off before the D has a chance to react.
And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Lee. And with Lee, you know exactly what you're going to get with his defense and shooting.
And Lee is always going to be a wanted commodity. His ability to defend and shoot aren't easy to find, and you just hope he's able to kind of settle into a long-term situation.
Lee against Holiday. And that one hits back iron. The Knicks leading by 3. Cantor kicks to Porzingis. Back to Cantor. Screen by Lee. Holiday with the block. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. That's good from Cantor.
It just feels like at this point the Knicks know they need to build around Kristaps Porzingis for their future. Best player for them on both ends of the floor, as he's a great rim protector. He's very young, connecting with New York City. There's some hope there.
With Porzingis, he truly is the star the Knicks were waiting to draft.
Well, you might go all the way back to the draft when Patrick Ewing ended up putting on that New York Knicks ball cap. Maybe even Mark Jackson, who ended up as the Rookie of the Year as the 18th pick for the New York Knicks. They do have their centerpiece moving forward. Kristaps Porzingis is a very unique talent in the NBA. Really the pressure on now to build around that guy and get back to contending basketball in the Eastern Conference.
Here's Jack. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Jack.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the foul on Jarrett Jack. That's his first foul. Here's Markkanen. He has 6. Holiday up top. Markkanen kicks to Nwaba. 6 to shoot. Outside Holiday. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Jack passes to Hardaway. Pick by Lee. There's the pick. Some nice passing by New York here. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and the shots are going all over the place in this period.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Obviously some terrific on-ball defenders out there, but Brent, in your estimation, who are some of the best help defenders in the NBA now?
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin, when you say help and they're actually there. Jay Crowder does a good job of recognizing when the strong side gets broken down and he can come over and help. Certainly, Draymond Green does a great job of guarding just about anything for the Golden State Warriors. And then maybe you think about some big guys in the league. Timofey Mozgov in the right position most of the time. Hassan Whiteside for Miami. So they come in all shapes and sizes, Kev. The biggest thing they contribute is their communication skills on the backside.
Both free throws good from Holiday.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Jack with it. He's got 5. Cantor dishes to Lee. Lee with another miss.
But sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Waba kicks to Levine. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Porzingis passes to Lee. Now the feed to Cantor. Oh, we're going to see an ejection here, guys. Oh, boy, that's his 2nd flagrant 1 foul of the game. And that's going to do it.
And it's a much earlier end to this game for him than he would have wanted. He brought it on himself, though, Kevin. I mean, 2 fouls that were way too forceful.
Hey, G, the official's not cutting him any slack on the second one, but that usually is the way it goes. Once you've crossed the line and committed the first flagrant, there's a 0 tolerance policy. We all know that when it comes to the next one. That's good from Cantor.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
And Cantor drops them both.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
There's a screen by Cantor. And Jack kicks to Porzingis. New York, no good that time either. Bulls trail by 3. There's the dish to Holiday. Outside, Levine. Off the pick. And the jam by Levine.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Porzingis with the ball. Now defended by Markkanen. 4 on the shot clock. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. So many things that Porzingis brings to his team. The excitement, the energy on both ends of the floor.
You wonder for KP if the steps and strides that he can make once a team is solidified around him can be even greater. If that effort is consistent from everybody on the team, this guy is one of the top rim protectors in the league and fearless on who he'll challenge if they come into the paint to throw shots away.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, they love Porzingis and his talent, but on top of that, they like the fact that he thinks the game and he works at the game.
And so he hits both.
And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. Not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
Doubled by Jack. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. There's a screen. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Nwaba gets the bucket. And that is what fools a lot of NBA fans about Porzingis. Most of the highlights, Greg, you see are his blocks and putback dunks. But if you watch his game, you see that skill level.
It's rare to see a player who's the complete package like Porzingis. I mean, he's fluid. He's got the easy-looking shot. It almost looks like he's a guard shooting the basketball, comfortable creating for himself or playing off others.
For New York, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
One shot.
That's good from Cantor.
And of course, in 2015, Cantor signed that enormous max contract, 4 years and $70 million. I think a lot of that investment is in his improvement in his outside shooting.
There's the screen. Holiday against Lee. Holiday, the pass to Portis. On the wing, Levine. Headed by Porzingis. Again, Levine missing.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Deflects the pass. Taken away by Holiday. Pushing it up. Here's Markkanen. Cranes the jumper to finish the break. Markkanen's got his third bucket of the night.
And the shooting mechanics that Markkanen has are just phenomenal. His form, the release point, everything, it looks good every time it leaves his hands.
Outside, Porzingis, the three. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Outside, Levine. Passes it to Nwaba. Outside, Holiday. He can't hit that time. And New York will come the other way. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive and right now stringing some plays together.
There's the pick. Outside, Levine. Aston Nwaba. Feeds it to Markkanen for 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
He sunk that 3 in the first. It's yet to make another one.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
2 minutes.
And Holiday kicks to Nwaba. Levine, a screen on Jack. Here's Nwaba, and that one goes long. The Knicks leading by 7. Lee dishes to Jack. Right side, Porzingis. Back to Jack. Lee outside. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Lee's got 11 points.
He's got no problem shooting off the pass, trusting his teammates will get it to him.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1. And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
New York's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Beasley, the pass to McDermott. Beasley left side. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Ooh, that
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Markkanen kicks to Levine. He dishes it to Valentine. Markkanen sets the pick for Valentine. Back to Levine. Lets it go with the three. Good on the triple. Levine's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's Beasley. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Now, Valentine. He's got 5. There's the pick. Outside, Levine. Here's Markkanen. And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
Well, they got a nice advantage in the free throw department. I wish I was a shooter. They've been the one taking the direct approach. They're driving the lane, being physical, and forcing the opposing D into tight spots. And that's got them a lot of points at the line and the lead.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
The second half just about to get going here. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, good things happen.
Bulls trail by 8. Markkanen is out there with Portis. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then there's Grant. And it's Holiday in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No doubt without these contributions, they'd be in a much deeper hole in this one, no question.
Screen by Porzingis. Lee outside. Stolen by LaVine. And here we go. Fast break. LaVine's got it. And LaVine throws it down.
I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And Jack kicks to Porzingis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And he makes both free throws. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's the screen. Kicks it to Grant. Terrific design on the pick foot. He lays it in. Grant's got 6.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Cantor sets the pick for Lee. Over Markkanen. Lee gets the bucket. 13 points in the game.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
And Cantor over to help. Shot clock at 6. Here's Holiday. Good D by Lee.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
The quick look, no good that time.
Yeah, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
And Holiday kicks to Grant. Markkanen sets the pick for Grant. Takes a shot at the elbow, and the shot is good.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Over to the left wing. Lee sets a screen for Porzingis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Levine.
And this is the kind of performance that everyone talks about seeing in person. The way he's attacked the defense with no hesitation. The tough shots he's taken and made, just a masterpiece. When he gets it going, he can put up some big numbers.
The first one falls. So he gets them both. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Levine, a screen on Jack. Grant kicks to Portis. Levine against Hardaway. Outside, Levine. From deep three-point range, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to Cantor. Lets it go from 14. And he comes up with the deuce. Cantor's got 12 points in the game.
Good touch on the jumper, especially from mid-range. Cantor hits a high percentage of those shots.
Portis, the pass to Grant. And it's Markkanen, top of the key. 6 on the shot clock. Grant against Jack. No good from Grant.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Now here's Cantor. 12 points for him. And the shot goes in.
Timeout.
And it's a 10-point Knicks lead.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Chicago calls timeout.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Outside, Levine. They set the pick. Grant outside. Lee against Holiday. Shoots off the screen. Nice D from Porzingis.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Grant kicks to Levine. Back to Grant. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Tries to snap the cold streak. And the Bulls with another miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. And now only one away from being in the penalty.
David Nwaba is checked in for Levine. Jack dishes to Cantor. Right side Hardaway. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor.
Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
Bulls trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Grant? He's putting up about 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Enes Kanter. And McDermott subbed in for Lee. Portis kicks to Nwaba. Outside Holiday. There's a good screen. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Porzingis kicks to O'Quinn. Screen by Porzingis. Hardaway with a wide open look. Sinks the three-pointer. Hardaway has got 5 now.
It is a luxury to have a big man who can dish the ball. That time O'Quinn showing good vision.
Grant against Jack. Grant kicks to Nwaba. Dishes it to Markkanen.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
The Bulls have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry in motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now. And they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
Here's Nwaba. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Junior, not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA.
The Knicks making a switch here. Ntilikina's checked in. Bulls trail by 11. And Fred Hoiberg wants a timeout. And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete.
Markkanen kicks to Valentine. And again, Chicago, no good. The Knicks leading by 11. And here's O'Quinn, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. They set the pick. Now the pass to Burke. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Step back shot. O'Quinn, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. O'Quinn's got the lead up to 13 now for the Knicks.
O'Quinn knows he's not going to be playing a ton of minutes in this game, so he's going to throw himself around in every position. Good job on the glass there.
Grant outside. Zipser. Here's Markkanen. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
Here's Nwaba. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Valentine. And the lead is down inside single digits. Valentine's got 7 points in the game.
That was just a perfect possession, getting in tight for the high percentage shot.
And there's the feed to McDermott. O'Quinn, high post. Or kicks to McDermott. Beasley the screen. Pulls it from the elbow. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Ntilikina.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Bulls trail by 9. Grant outside.
Hey, watch that. Switch.
But they recover it. Nwaba kicks to Markkanen. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
For Chicago, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6.
One shot.
New York leading by 6. Burke, the pass to O'Quinn. Here's Hardaway. And he banks in the layup. He has 7. Well, Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Screened by Grant. Valentine kicks to Zipser. Grant with the ball. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. Nwaba gets the bucket.
They are just killing him on the interior.
New York's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Now the dish to O'Quinn. Picked by O'Quinn. McDermott kicks to O'Quinn. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Good job by O'Quinn. He knows how wide he is and how big he is. Just force the defense to foul you.
Watch Kyle O'Quinn play, and you see a player who's a solid option off the bench.
Well, at a Norfolk State, Kyle O'Quinn has the kind of size that you would want for that position. I'm not sure necessarily about a skill set as a stretch 4 out there, but he brings great energy, a nose for rebounding, and comes in and gives you consistent effort.
And Brett, you went up against Hornacek as a player and even defended him a couple times. What was it like playing against Hornacek, the player?
Well, I want you to ask Jeff Hornacek if I defended him, because I thought I did a good job, and sometimes the box score didn't reveal it. But what a tremendous shooter, a great off-ball mover, certainly in that system with John Stockton. And if there was any room, Kevin, that I gave Jeff Hornacek, and trust me, there was plenty of times I did that, he was knocking down jump shots. One of the most efficient players in Jazz history.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Burke dishes to O'Quinn. He kicks to Beasley. Beasley the screen. Now McDermott. He's got 6. Over Valentine. That one a little long. Bulls trail by 9. Passes it to Grant. Waba kicks to Valentine. Here's Markkanen. A three-pointer is right on target. Markkanen's got 7 points for the quarter.
And staying aggressive on offense. Markkanen's always looking to score the basketball. This guy has really become a refined scorer.
Burke, the pass to McDermott. Easily in the post from 13. And no good. Valentine. That shot, no good. The third quarter comes to a close. Knicks out front, up by 6. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Fred Hoiberg in a recent huddle with his players.
Keep our pace on offense, right? Keep pushing the ball, keep getting out and running. They're going to pressure. They're going to continue to pick up the pressure.
And Fred Hoiberg, moments ago in that huddle, wanting to keep that offense dynamic. He plays up the tempo role. That's something that's important for him. Loves pace. But they're facing some stiff resistance guys here.
Hey, listen, this is a war. Both sides working hard to try and capture that momentum in this contest.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, they've got Doug McDermott. Burke is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Beasley. And it's O'Quinn, and at the center, filling out the middle. Hardaway against Levine. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Levine's got 24.
And as much offense as we saw earlier, I mean, we're seeing even more of it here now late in the game.
What is this, February? Feels like an all-star game is broken out. Neither side willing or able to stop the other.
McDermott kicks to Hardaway. Beasley with a screen on Levine. Hardaway for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Markkanen. It's rebounded by New York. O'Quinn's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Beasley dishes to O'Quinn. They set the pick. Hardaway from outside. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Valentine passes to Grant. Valentine kicks to Levine. Here's Portis. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
To give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Bulls making the switch here. Holiday's checked in, and a new group in for the Knicks. Cantor checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Michael Beasley. Lee's checked in for McDermott. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Burke. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, here's the summary of what Jeff Hornacek went over with his guys during the break. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. We'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaron Grant. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. From 13, pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Nice job operating in the mid-range, using his size advantage to rise up and fire over the defender.
Now here's Markkanen. He's covered by Cantor. Got a hand on it. And now the Knicks on the break. A clear look for Hardaway. Here's Lee. Holiday with the defensive effort.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
He feeds it to Levine. Markkanen sets the pick for Levine. Clock at 6. 18 feet out. It's hauled in by Porzingis. New York leading by 7. Hardaway for 3. And it's Hardaway again missing. Now here's Valentine. He's covered closely. Hardaway against Levine. In the corner, it's Jack. There's a screen by Cantor. Shoots from the high post. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Well, Porzingis at that size, able to use a screen. That is a huge asset for the team.
Grant kicks to Valentine. Holiday against Lee. Floats one. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Holiday.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Porzingis. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Porzingis right now in control, taking his time, and creates that clean look around there close to the bucket.
Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Bulls making a switch here. Alicios checked in. New York on D. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Levine dishes to Grant. Levine, a screen on Cantor. 5 on the clock. There's the pick. Here's Grant. It's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. O'Marash, he's checked in for the Bulls. Levine inside the three-point line. And again, Chicago, no good. New York leading by 9. Lee outside. Pass to Jack. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Clearly a foul.
Shooting for New York, Jaron Jack at the line for 2.
Free throw drops for Jarrett Jack.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Omer Ashik. And Jarrett Jack drops them both. Chicago calls timeout. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, I know the defense has 5 guys, but collectively they're no match for this guy. He is roasting them.
Bulls trail by 11. Grant outside. Markkanen sets the pick for Grant. Shoots a 3. It's rebounded by New York. To the middle. Here's Jack. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Jack's got the lead up to 13 now for the Knicks. Bulls are gone. 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Grant kicks to Levine. Valentine setting the pick for Levine. There's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Grant. Doesn't go for him. And New York will come the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Now here is Jack. Feeds it to Hardaway. From deep. The rebound by Holiday.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
Cantor with it. Now guarded by Valentine. Sinks the triple. And the Knicks lead by 16.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
They set the pick. Levine against Hardaway. Levine kicks to Holiday. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Holiday's got 9 points here in the second half.
Holiday.
Jack against Grant. Stolen by Markkanen. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. He dishes it to Valentine. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
And Jack kicks to Porzingis. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The Bulls making a switch here. Portis is checked in.
One shot. One shot.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And here is Grant. There's a screen. Kicks it to Holiday. Grant outside. 6 to shoot. Holiday, the pass to Levine. And the jam by Levine.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
And Jack kicks to Cantor. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Well, I don't know how to say show in Turkish, but Cantor's putting one on right here.
Holiday, a screen on Lee. Markkanen dishes to Holiday. Here's Portis. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Here's Porzingis. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Porzingis has got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, Porzingis can be dangerous from the mid-range, especially with the feet set. That's an efficient shot.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Enes Kanter.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where anybody had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. Grant kicks to Holiday. "13 feet away. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Holiday's got 23. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Jack with it. There's a screen by Kanter. A three from Porzingis. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, that's a patented move, I think, for Porzingis. Excellent with the catch and shoot.
Grant the pass to Holiday. They set the pick. Lee with the steal. And now the Knicks on the break. Lee's running. And Lee with the stuff.
And with time becoming a factor, that may do it, guys.
Well, leads are not given. They are earned. Playing with desire and attention to detail all night.
Holiday dishes to Levine. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Markkanen sets the pick for Holiday. Off the screen.
Oh, man.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Knicks.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year. A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great...
Yikes! Wow. This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
It's a shame because this is the team we expected to see fighting on every possession. I think it's just too late.
Porzingis with the ball, now defended by Markkanen.
Yeah, baby, groovy. Jump ball.
And here are the Knicks now. And Jack kicks to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. And the dunk by Porzingis.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Outside Jack. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.